So here's what we're gonna do for the next batch of articles, man. I'm gonna silence my beat. And then we gonna go. I know some people in the chat hate when I say I told you so, but I told you so. Now, I always get called a hater, but whenever I have concerns about something, unless I make it clear, because I always make it clear when I'm pushing an agenda, especially against you Sparking Zero niggas, but I really don't push agendas on the stream. I read the articles, I read the data, and I take an educated guess based off the data. And the first red flag is when Skate was announced years ago, and they said, we're gonna launch an early access. I said, early access? I said, let me get, how much is EA worth? Wait, no, what was it? EA sell, it was 55 billion, wasn't it? Yeah, $55 billion company. I said, huh. So you guys came out and said you were gonna make a video game that we've been waiting 15 plus years for, but it would be launching in early access as a free-to-play game, knowing that the publisher backing the development of the game is worth, at the time, 50 billion. It's 55 billion as of last year when they sold. But it was, I don't know about you guys, but I think 50 billion is enough to make a skateboard game. What do you think, guys? What do you think? I think it's enough. But no. EA said, we don't got the money for you. We don't know where the money went. All the FIFA microtransactions, the Madden microtransactions, we don't know where it went. All the Apex microtransactions, we don't know where it went. We don't know. So we're gonna have to release this game you've been waiting for 15 plus years in an unfinished state. And I said on this stream and said, chat, I don't know. I said, I don't know. And now for the get on y'all niggas, because some of y'all niggas in the chat, come on to the front, come get this work. Because what did I say? I said, chat, I don't know, that's a red flag. TBA, you gotta understand, I was in middle school when the original Skates 2. I was in high school. We was listening to Nelly's Grills, Air Force Ones. I had Nelly's Grills in my mouth and I had the Air Force Ones. I had the Vans on, but they looked like sneakers. It was Pharrell. We had the Bathing Ape, the Soldier Boy. I was skating with my mans back then. You don't understand how much this game means for me. It means so much to me. And I said, chat, first of all, I was there during the original Skate. Matter of fact, I always say, Skate 1's demo is one of the greatest demos of all time. Bum bum diggy diggy, ba-dum bum bum bum. I played that demo for 20 fucking hours probably, just skating around in that open park. So don't talk to me, I'm a Skate fan. I know about Skate. Peak. So trust me when I say, I understand what this shit means to you, the gamer. But I also understand that right now in 2026, at this time of this stream, I am a 35-year-old man. And with being an adult comes some discernment, some self-control, some critical thinking, some ability to analyze the situation. And the 35-year-old man in me said, I don't know, chat. Because after they made that announcement that the $55 billion company would be releasing in early access, news started to slowly trickle out leading up to the release of the game. And every, because sometimes I can be facetious. I ham it up, I'm not gonna lie. You gotta entertain the people. But when I say every, I mean every fucking article leading up to the release of Skate. All they talked about was microtransactions. We can't wait to monetize this shit. Couldn't find an article talking about features, gameplay, modes, crossplay, something. And I said, chat, every time we read one of them articles, I swear to God, I'm not trying to be a hater. I said, chat, I don't know. These niggas is talking about monetization a little too much. And some of you in the chat, what did you do? The same shit from before. During that second warning. But TBH, you gotta understand, I was in the 8th grade when Skate 3 came out. Like, I got my first bad bitch. Mom made pizza rolls. I got an A on my test, and Skate 3 came out the same day. It meant so much to me. We went to McDonald's that day after I got the A, and the Sprite was just a little bit more crispy. Damn near choked on that shit when I was playing Skate. Came home, play Skate, play that shit all night. I played that shit, years went by. Love that shit, man. Stop talking to me about these articles, TBH. Stop telling me what the developers are trying to make the game. I'm gonna tell you what I want the game to be. It doesn't matter what the devs say. It doesn't matter what the publisher says. Let me live my life. So, okay. I said, okay. So the full game finally comes out. And I'm gonna be honest, because I try to give things a fair shake, right? I'm gonna give y'all some behind the scenes of my thinking. Who was there during the Skate stream? I played it for about 2 hours. I gave it a fair shake. It was free. That was the one thing it had going for it. It was free. To be 100% transparent, I knew within 10 minutes I was probably about to uninstall this shit. But I was hoping there was something there that I would see that would stop me, you know? But if you haven't played Skate, before you can get to the open world, you have to go to the store like 3 or 4 times. It's in the tutorial. They say, this is how you do an ollie. This is how you do a kickflip. This is how you go to the store. This is how you do a shove it. This is how you go to the store. This is how you do a board slide. This is how you go to the store. I said, what the fuck is this? Are you guys poor? Like, are you guys poor? I said, what the fuck? Ain't this a $55 billion company? I can't even get out the fucking tutorial without you begging me. It felt like, what's the little boy? Was it Oliver Twist? Oliver Twist peasant kid. Was it this? I think that was it. What's the little boy that was begging with the soup thing? Little kid begging meme. This was them right there. I said, are you guys okay? Do you need some money? Are you poor? So we finally get past the tutorial, all the begging, all the pleading for our money. Mind you, there was nothing in the store worth even buying. Not that I was gonna buy anything anyway. I stand on that shit. It's very rarely that you will see me buy DLC or any. I have to really like a game. Even Apex, we played that shit for 3 years. I think I bought like 3 skins. I don't fucking play that shit. Niggas not getting no money from me. You said it's free, nigga, it's free. That's what I say. You're gonna have to earn my all. We get into the open world. Ran around, just walked around, jumped off a building, did some kick flips. And you know what I saw in the chat? A whole lot of coke. You know what I saw on Twitter, on YouTube? A out of coke. It was so bad. This game is so ass. I forgot this shit came out until like 3 streams ago. It was a nigga in the chat. He said, let's look at the Steam numbers for Skate. I said, I forgot about that shit. Oh, look, let's pull it up. And this is the one time I'm so thankful you said this shit, because this game was not on my mind. But I remember saying on stream a couple times, I feel like nobody's talking about Skate no more. We pulled them Steam numbers up. What that shit say? 1,400 soldiers left. Still one last ride. Because this shit means something. One last ride. Finding the best place to grind, the best building to jump off of. But in the last 24 hours, it peaked at 2,300. I added it to my Steam library and never played it. Go ahead and uninstall it, bro. Go ahead and uninstall it. Yeah, I was rolling on the ground like Sonic. It was nothing to do. And then what you say in the chat, somebody said they ignored all the player feedback. This game released as a free-to-play, microtransaction infested game with nothing to do. No story, no game modes. They said go make your own fun. This is the Korean barbecue of video games. You had to cook your own food. The difference is it didn't taste good. At least Korean barbecue tastes good. This shit doesn't taste good. You can't taste it, period, but that's not the point. You get the point. And now we have an article today saying Skate developers Full Circle have announced layoffs. Oh, Lord. But you know, to be fair, it's never good to see people lose jobs. I don't want anybody saying that. Like, I don't want anybody to feel like I was preying on this game's downfall. I like Skate. I say all the time, Skate 1's demo is one of the greatest demos of all time. It's right up there with the Saints Row demo, the Saints Row 1 demo, Spyro the Dragon, the original, that was a great demo. It's one of the greatest demos of all time. It made me buy the fucking game. I don't know if I told y'all this. I was a Tony Hawk fiend, nigga. I remember the first time I ever played Tony Hawk 1. My best friend, his older brother had it on the PlayStation. I used to be over that nigga's house all the time because we didn't have a PlayStation 1. I was a Nintendo kid. All we had was the N64. And then that shit came to the N64 like a year or 2 later. I played Tony Hawk 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fuck 5. Shit's ass. I played Thug 1 and 2. American Wasteland. Project 8. Tony Hawk. I was a Tony Hawk fiend. But when Skate came out, I left that shit. Y'all know that Toy Story? You're old news. I don't want to play with you anymore. So trust me when I say it pains me to say this shit. Holy shit, I forgot Project 8. I feel like Project 8 was underrated. I like the slow-mo shit. Fuck Tony Hawk Ride though. It pains me to read this shit. Electronic Arts subsidiary in Skate, developer Full Circle has announced internal restructuring that will impact certain roles as it aims to better support the free-to-play skateboarding game and its long-term future. Translation: internal restructuring. We cannot afford to pay people with 1,000 people only playing. And of those 1,000, maybe 100 of them are spending money at most, probably 10. But what's bullshit is, how does firing people better support the game that's already struggling? You niggas need all the help you can get. And the worst part is, I understand it from a business standpoint. It's not making money, so we gotta let people go. But EA, if they really wanted this game to work, if they really believed in the project, because this is the point I want to drive home. And this is why this game is, these layoffs are not a red flag, but it's an orange. We have moved past yellow, we're in orange, we're almost in the red. The reason why this is a big fat orange flag is because it says EA doesn't really believe in the project. This is a company that made they were worth 50 billion last year. They sold for 55 billion. They made 5 billion in profits last year. We're not even counting the microtransactions from Madden and FIFA and their other game sales. If they really believed in this game, they could subsidize it, meaning they could afford to take an L for a year until they figure it out and start making some money. This game has been out, it hasn't been 6 months. It's been a few months. They're already giving up on it. They're backing out. They didn't fully give up on it, but they're slowly backing up. Skate launched in early access for the PS5, the Xbox Series. You should have did this too. This costs development money. You got to figure out how to optimize for that bullshit ass game. You just fired half the goddamn team, so go ahead and shut this down, because that's eating resources. In the full message to the team, they said, to our skate community, since launching early access in September, tens of millions of you have stepped into Vansterdam. Your passion, creativity, and feedback have reinforced our belief in what skate is, can become. As skate continues to evolve, we're transforming as a studio. We're reshaping Full Circle to better support skate's long-term future and focus the team on things that matter most to you and making those things great. So what was your goal before? Your original goal wasn't to give the people what they wanted? Okay. These shifts mean making changes to our team structure, and some roles will be impacted. The teammates affected are talented colleagues and friends who helped build the foundation of skate. Their creativity and dedication are deeply ingrained in what players experience today. This decision is not a reflection of their impact, and we're committed to supporting them through their transition. Our work on skate continues. We look forward to working with you as we move faster, listen more closely, and deliver consistently for all of you. Our commitment to skate and to millions of players who believe in it remains strong. To our departing teammates, thank you. Skate exists because of your hard work and dedication to the craft. And to our community, we thank you for your passion and your trust. Sincerely, the skate team. I knew this game was cooked, because I'm gonna keep driving this point home until y'all really get it. That this was a $55 billion company that released a game in early access completely unfinished. When I got on the game, I don't know if, did y'all play this shit? Half the textures didn't load. This shit looked like a PS3 game. Half the textures didn't load. There was nothing to do. But you know it was the real telltale sign this game was doomed? It wasn't the tutorial that told you gotta go to the store 4 times before you could play the game. It wasn't the lack of content. It was if you looked up into the sky and you panned the camera around, there were empty billboards all over the fucking city. Now, why does that matter? It says they were so fucking arrogant in releasing an unfinished dog shit micro slop ass game. They felt confident in putting these empty billboards in there because they were confident the servers were gonna be full, and what they were going to do is live service ads. Just like NBA 2K. Reese's Cups over here, Blue Chews over there, and whatever else in between. And they were gonna go to advertisers and they were gonna say, hey, we just threw this game together with toothpicks and bubblegum called Skate. These idiots love it. The textures don't fucking load. There's nothing to do, but somehow we got millions of people on the servers. So if you have an ad, if you pay us millions of dollars at between 3 and 5 p.m., we'll run your ad. We'll do the Blue Chew ad, okay? And then from 6 to 8 p.m., we'll do the dildo ad. And then from 8 to 10 p.m., we'll do the butt plug ad. And then from 10 to 12 a.m., we'll do the Kim Kardashian sex tape ad. And then from midnight to 3 a.m., we'll run an infomercial about some random cookingware. From 3 to fucking 6 a.m., we're then gonna do another infomercial about some dumbass raincoat. And then from 7 to 10 a.m., we're back on that bullshit. More Reese's Cups. We're gonna print that money, baby. We're not going nowhere. So what can we learn from this when we're gonna wrap this one up? Because I'm on one. What can we learn from this? Because I told you, niggas, I told you. When Uncle Hokage say something, you should probably listen. It doesn't mean I'm right, because sometimes I am wrong, to be fair. Very rarely. But sometimes I am wrong. At bare minimum, what I'll say is when I start reading the data, I need some of y'all to just be like, you know what? I don't agree, but I'm gonna sleep with one eye open. Start sleeping with one eye open. At least hear me out. We gotta stop. The average gamer is 35 years old. We gotta stop putting our hopes and dreams in these fucking companies, man. The EA of 2026 is not the EA of 2006. This is not the same EA that made NBA Street Volume 2. It's not the same EA that made SSX Tricky. This is 2026 EA that made Battlefield 6, the game that dropped an update and blew up my fucking PC. There are too many games to be played to be putting all your hopes and dreams in one. When something comes out, judge it for what it is, but stop trying to judge things for what you want them to be and understand what it is. Because to be fair, I'm not gonna lie, you skate niggas are the Latinos for Trump. Yeah, I'm going there. Skate niggas are the Latinos for Trump. Article after article after article after article after article. These niggas told you at EA, we gonna lock you up if you brown and we hear you speaking Spanish. And what did y'all do? Y'all hopped on that skateboard and said, I love my freedom. I will vote for Donald Trump. And you know, it's unfortunate, not to make light of it. It is unfortunate. I never want to see that happen to people. Let's get that straight. But let's also remember you voted for it. I hit the salsa move. You voted for this. You voted for this. You fucking voted for this. And EA is going to continue to do this shit until we grow some level of class consciousness. We gotta start I'm gonna keep saying that stat until it's drilled in your head so that we can start acting like it. The average gamer is 35 years old. And that number is gonna go up in the next 10 years as millennials get older, Gen X gets older, Gen Z gets older, that average is going to go up. It's time to start fucking acting like it. That's another conversation in itself. It's too many 35-year-old Discord kittens. And I'm here to let you know, we don't need no more pussy. We need niggas to start acting like dogs. And you start dogging out these corporations. No more Discord kittens. More. Aki, come here. My wolf, come to me. You see this? This is what we need right here. Handsome, majestic, boogers in his face, but we cleaned it up. Loyal, but smart. Like all border collies. Less kitty, more collie, okay? Say it with me. Less kitty, more collie. Adopt the mind frame of the border collie. I'm a poet. Fuck Shakespeare, nigga. I never liked that shit. Fuck Romeo and Juliet. I don't care nothing about their love story, bro. I'm done. I'm done. I hope we understand. I hope we understand, man. It's unfortunate that people got laid off, but this is a direct result, jokes aside, of just failing an open book test. I'm going to be honest. Now, this is not what I personally would have wanted, But if EA would have came out and announced Skate 4, and it was pretty much the same game as Skate 3, but they added crossplay, maybe a couple little features here and there, the game would have sold well. This was an open book test that EA failed because they were being greedy. And ultimately, I think a lot of people ended up being disappointed because you refused to read. Reading is very important. Words have meaning. Words are not meant to be interpreted. And I'm going to be honest, before I get off this topic, fuck this gaming shit. A lot of y'all lives would be a lot more easier if you stopped interpreting words and comprehending them. I'm done talking about Skate. Hope we got the message today. And other fuck nigga shit. Pastor Okake. And other fuck nigga shit. Hero shooter niggas, come to the front. Niggas who are addicted to Overwatch, come to the front. Niggas who cannot get off Marvel Rivals and doing weird shit, come to the front. A website that pays players to throw ranked games is facing backlash. The site lets users post bounties on griefers across 6 different games, including Overwatch, Marvel Rivals, and League of Legends. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. If you get into a game, a ranked game in Marvel Rivals, and there's somebody who you don't like, they just weren't playing the way that you wanted, you can go and post a bounty on this website. Somebody would join their game, add them and join their game, and then throw their ranked match, guys. I'm sorry to say this, but you multiplayer only. What I'm about to say, if it don't apply, let it fly. But you free to play multiplayer only ass niggas have got to get it together. Video games are supposed to be an escape. They're supposed to be a way to have fun and escape the troubles of the real world. Because to be honest, playing video games is better than drinking alcohol or doing drugs, right? Right? I think we can all agree with that. But the moment your hobby used for escape starts to become a thing where like you're paying people to throw matches, you might need to take a step back. It's not that fucking deep. You Discord kittens need to fucking calm the fuck down, bro. Shit is crazy. How somebody make a portal to play? I don't know, bro. People are fucking crazy, man. Where are we going, man? I feel like some things like old school is just better, you know? I'm a tech enthusiast, but I also believe in the concept of like, because usually I'm on the forefront of adopting new technology, but I'm also a believer in if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I feel like there's just like certain things that we need to go back to that don't exist anymore. Like I remember playing Smash Bros with the homies, and like if you start talking crazy, like nigga, we gonna fight. Like what happened to that, bruh? Catch a flight, fight that nigga, bruh. Like say drop that. Let me stop. Oh my goodness. Ass whippings like shame. Just report the people and keep it moving if they throw in matches. Jesus Christ. Run that 30. Anyways, in other news, he said, meet me in Temecula. Ain't nobody coming out there. I remember dudes getting into it at the arcade, flying off the machine. Yeah, they used to fight in them arcades, bro. Niggas used to go to the arcade, play Street Fighter 2, drop a couple quarters, get their ass beat, and then pick a real street fight because they was salty. In other news, though, Valve's loot boxes are gambling and illegal, says in a New York lawsuit. Is Valve in trouble? What's good, brother? Your videos get me through work. Hey, I appreciate you, big dog. Welcome to the stream. What up, Jason? New York State Attorney General is suing Valve over its use of loot boxes in games like Counter-Strike 2. Attorney General Letitia James said that Valve enables gambling through its popular multiplayer games. On February 25th, the New York Attorney General's office filed a lawsuit against Valve in Manhattan. The state is accusing Valve, the company behind Steam, the largest digital gaming store on the planet, of violating its laws against gambling while also claiming its loot boxes will lead to children becoming addicted to gambling. Illegal gambling can be harmful and lead to serious addiction problems, especially for our young people, said Attorney General James. Valve has made billions of dollars by letting children and adults alike illegally gamble for the chance to win valuable virtual prizes. These features are addictive, harmful, and illegal, and my office is suing to stop Valve's illegal conduct and protect New Yorkers. In a lawsuit and a press release, the state even directly compared Valve's loot boxes to slot machines. They are. I've done a whole video about this shit, bro. It is. They use the same, and like, if you haven't seen the video, it's called The Dark Psychology of Microtransactions. I'm gonna go ahead and plug myself real quick. People swear that shit is not that deep. It is. I don't know how to spell psychology. I gotta Google this shit. Go watch this video right here. You watch these both because they're similar. This one's more specific about 2K, but this is about microtransactions in general. But if you haven't watched this video, at one point I talk about, so like these gambling companies and these video game companies, they literally hire people to figure out ways to trigger your dopamine receptors in your brain and get you addicted to things. They do entire studies, research and development on this stuff to get you addicted on these fucking games and shit like that. So like she's making a point. The bright lights, the fact that you cannot guarantee a win on something. Attorney General James criticized Valve's system of charging people to buy digital keys to open virtual loot boxes and said that Valve intentionally makes some items far harder to win than others, making the rare items more valuable. In its lawsuit against Valve, New York is seeking to permanently stop Valve from promoting gambling features in its video games and wants to force the company behind Half-Life to pay various fines for violating New York's law. In 2023 alone, Valve reportedly made nearly $1 billion off Counter-Strike keys. The skins and cosmetic items found in these digital boxes, which have been a part of many Valve games for years now, can be extremely valuable and are often sold on Steam's marketplace. Valve gets a cut of every sale in this marketplace and has full control over it. In 2025, Valve made changes to how the skin economy worked and in progress, reportedly wiped out over $1 billion, leading to a CS2 crash among skin collectors, sellers, and traders. I feel like the prices were always expensive, but it was doable. Now it's crazy. It's out of control. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if she has a case because I don't know all the details, but I'm hoping they win it. What I will say is I'd prefer for them not to just go after Valve and go after all them niggas, bro. Go after Valve, go after Take-Two Interactive, the makers of 2K, GTA. Go after EA, go after Activision. I want this to be a class action lawsuit that goes after all of them. I personally think that they should make it to where there are cosmetics you can buy in the game, and if you pay this price, you're guaranteed this thing. The reason they don't do this is because they want reoccurring purchases. It would stop all Hoyoverse. Yeah, matter of fact, throw all Hoyoverse, Genshin Impact, throw all them gacha games in there too. Yeah, we could throw them in there too. I'll be forgetting about them because them niggas is irrelevant, but we'll throw that in there too. They need to make it to where you get guaranteed items, but they won't do it because then you'll stop spending money. That's why this shit is gambling. I really miss earning things in games rather than having to pay for them. Yeah, I miss earning things too. So I'm hoping this case sticks, because if they do win this case with Valve, it could set a precedent. Because they're like, oh, because Valve is bigger than Take-Two. Valve is bigger than EA. So maybe that's why they're going after them. If they get Valve, maybe the other ones fall in line then. And this would be a win for all of us, I'm gonna be honest. It would lead to earning more things in games, and also if there are purchasable items, you purchase it one time and then you're done. But yeah, nasty ass Call of Duty, get them the fuck all out of here. So I'm rooting for this lawsuit. I can't believe I'm rooting for the feds, but I'm rooting for them, bro. Imagine a world where my team is more about skill, you know? Excuse me, my sinuses. Imagine a world where my team is more about skill, where, you know, you try to grind it the natural way, but then you run into a couple teams where they have the rare cards. And you say, you know what? I don't want to spend the money, but if I am going to pay to win, at least when I buy this card pack, I know that I'm going to get that pink diamond, ultra Gucci rare, Tracy McGrady. At least you know you're going to get it. The problem is the shit is pay to win, and there's no way. It's actually baffling how far we've fallen. Can we talk about that? How the fuck did we allow this? Not me, because I don't buy none of this shit. I have never bought a fucking loot crate in my life. Not even on Overwatch. I only got the free ones. How did this happen? We have a problem. And unfortunately, if one of these companies need to go down, because it's getting worse with Polymarket and Kaushi and all this other shit. You got Polymarket in New York, right? Have y'all seen this shit? Polymarket opened a free grocery store in New York like 2 weeks ago on the Upper West Side. That shit pissed me off because people can't even see that shit is propaganda designed to get you hooked on gambling. That is a fucking tactic to get you hooked. Because if you never heard of Polymarket, but you see they opened up a new grocery store, sponsored by Polymarket all over the fucking screen, all over the building, you're in your head, subconscious, you're gonna say, what's Polymarket? Wow, they're giving back. It's an app, let me go download it. Oh, you can do this, that, and well, let me throw $20 in there. Kaushi partner with CNN. This shit is the devil, bruh. But that Polymarket fucking grocery store pissed me off because you can't even say that the free food they gave away was in good intention. It was 100% to get people on the fucking app because they put it on the Upper West Side of New York. They put it in one of the richest neighborhoods in fucking Manhattan, in New York. I might have gave it a little pass if they was giving away free groceries to the hood, to people who need it, at least middle class people or some shit like that. They gave away free groceries to rich people and then it became a news story. Everybody's talking about Polymarket. This shit's got to get the fuck out of here, man. I'm so tired of talking about it. Yeah, it's Epstein's fault, nigga. Don't forget that. Epstein introduced the microtransactions, which eventually led to these loot crates and shit. I'm not gonna lie, I used to spend hundreds on 2K My Team packs every year. I stopped after 2K22 because I found myself buying shit I saved so much money. And it's good for your mental health because that shit doesn't make you feel good. Your brain gets fried out. You feel bad when you don't get a good roll. Like it's literally gambling. I played My Team last year, but I never bought any cards. And so like, let me tell you, 2K26, that was the first year I really tried to play My Team. And I was like, it is a pay to win mode, but I'm not gonna lie to you. I think I won like 60 to 70% of my games. It was annoying, but because skill still trumps the cards. The power cards being bought only sucks when they're in a good player's hand. But like I played plenty of trash players that were just bad and had all the good cards. You can still win and grind on that shit. It's just fucking annoying. You're gonna have to have good basketball. Pass the ball, bro. Pass the ball. One of the older 2Ks had a crazy VC exploit that made My Team feasible. Yeah, but then you risk getting your account banned. But I'm rooting for this. I'm rooting for this attorney general. Bro, you ever accidentally clicked on My Team and it instantly takes you to the pack home? That shit scared the fuck out of you. Yeah, I have. That shit scared the fuck out of you, don't it? Oh shit, is my card on my PlayStation? What the fuck? Did I just buy something? Oh shit. That shit is scary as hell. It's spooky, man. I already did the Discord shit. Amazon abandoned its open world driving game with Maverick Games. Amazon will no longer publish the open world driving game from UK developer Mavericks Games, the game business has revealed. The game is a AAA narrative-led game for PC, PS5, and Xbox Series. Maverick is a UK developer formed in 2022 by racing game veterans, including co-founder Mike Brown, who was formerly a creative director on the Forza Horizon series. The studio is ran by former Sega Hardlight and Sumo Leamington boss Harrington Sanga. Amazon has significantly scaled back its game publishing development projects. Last year, it cut most of its MMO development staff, including those working on A New World and an unannounced Lord of the Rings MMO. It also ceased operations on newly released co-op game King of Meat and sold an unreleased mobile March of Giants to Ubisoft. I'm gonna go ahead and say this, man. This is unfortunate. But we need to come up with some type of gaming government, and we need to go ahead and ban Amazon from all fucking games, man. This was an unreleased game. You said what game? It was an unreleased game. Yeah, mobile gamers, they be doing the microtransactions and shit too. That's one of the worst ones. Yeah, some type of gaming coalition, because Amazon has been trying to publish games for like the last 10 years, and they have not released one W. They've deadass dropped like 10 duds. The closest thing they had to a W was A New World. The game was okay, but they launched an MMO with no mounts. That's why I stopped playing it, because I actually did like the gameplay. I was on it for a little bit. I think I got to like level 40 or 50 or something like that. But then once I got to like the real open world, you realize you needed a mount, and I just didn't want to run across the fucking world. Other than that, They released this bullshit ass Paragon mobile knockoff. That shit was ass too. They selling games before they even come out, canceling games before they come out. Amazon needs to be banned from making games. You guys suck. Stick to selling socks and books and shit, nigga. You fuck with Gwent? I never played it. I never played it in The Witcher 3, but I heard it's fire. Will the Tomb Raider remake the new games? Are they produced by Amazon too? I don't know. Tomb Raider remake publisher. Oh my god. Well, the good news is this is being published by Amazon. Well, this is AI though. Let's see. Yeah, okay. According to Wiki, it is published by Amazon. The good news is though, it's hard. This, first of all, this don't count because it's just a remake. The blueprint is already there. They're just putting better graphics and some quality of life changes. So the good news is it's pretty hard to fuck this one up. It's pretty hard to fuck this one up. So I'm not going to give them much grace. What about Tomb Raider Catalyst? Is that the one that's not a remake? Tomb Raider Catalyst. That one's being published by Amazon Games. Oh my lord. The good news is the developer is Crystal Dynamics though. We know Amazon has the money and Crystal Dynamics is a good developer. They're the ones that make Deus Ex. I think they made didn't they make the last few Tomb Raiders as well? So it should be okay. But this has nothing to do with Amazon. Games that are published and developed by Amazon, meaning studios that they formed and it's their first game ever, like that's 100% Amazon, those games are all ass. But this one should be okay. Keyword is should, because I'll give it a 10% chance of what that nigga say? Never say never. Yeah, you had a mount, but you couldn't beeline it because your slow travel speed, it wasn't on the road. That shit was not it, bro. But it was fun, the proximity chat. Assassin's Creed Hex director is leaving, so Ubisoft takes another L. Assassin's Creed Hex creator-director will be leaving Ubisoft with a new head of content taking his place. Vantage Studios recently announced new leadership of the Assassin's Creed franchise with a trio tasked with taking the brand forward. The new roles included head of the Assassin's Creed brand, head of content, and head of production excellence, with the head of content serving as a new creative director on Hex. According to VGC's report, a spokesperson revealed that Assassin's Creed Hex creative director Clint Hawking will be leaving Ubisoft. The spokesperson also revealed the development of the title will continue with a seasoned team, and the experience will be something distinctive within the Assassin's Creed franchise. More information will be shared by the studio in the future. The report states that there is a new creative director for Hex. The new head of content for the franchise, Guda-san, is an experienced creative director, having served in the role for both Assassin's Creed Origins and Black Flag. Most recently, we were informed that Codename Hex had hired its lead scriptwriter, who has worked on scripts for Origins, Valhalla, and Mirage. Additionally, what is known about the game is that it will be more like an old-school Assassin's Creed game, with you playing as a female protagonist named Elsa. Do you want to build a snowman? Headass. Set in Central Europe during the 16th century Holy Roman Empire. So you know we won't be taking a shower. In other news, Ubisoft has confirmed. Nah, doesn't matter. Yeah, you know this shit gonna stink. Elsa Bloodstone. Until I see gameplay, I don't care. Ubisoft's in trouble. I gotta see a trailer. I don't know. I don't trust them. Do we care that the director's leaving? Is this a red flag for you guys? I do feel like they're really betting on this game because they keep bringing it up. Assassin's Creed is becoming a gumbo nobody wants to eat. Damn, you said it's a shit stew? Instead of carrots, like some sausage, like some beef. Shit got nothing but shit and corn in it. The Simpsons hit and run and prototype developer Radical Entertainment appears to have returned, and fans are hyped for the fresh remake. Maybe the return of Prototype? The studio responsible for The Simpsons hit and run and prototype, Radical Entertainment, appears to be back under a new name, New Radical Games. An amalgamation of Radical Entertainment plus Hothead Games, the studio's new website says. It's all started with Radical Entertainment back in '91. Fast forward to 2025, and we have amassed invaluable experience along the way. We know how to capture the essence of world-class intellectual properties and deliver licensed games that delight fans everywhere. Vancouver-based Radical was bought by Activision in 2008 and was shuttered little more than 5 years later after leaving out its final years as Destiny's support studio. Wait. So even though Activision just own, or Xbox owns Prototype, but the Prototype team had been left. They were never even under Xbox. I didn't even know that. So Xbox owns the Prototype IP because they own Activision, but they don't own the developers who made it. This is the studio right here. Hothead, also based in Vancouver, went bankrupt in 2024. The new studio is led by Ian Wilkinson, who co-founded Radical, and CEO Tim Benson, who served as chief operating officer at Capcom's Vancouver studio and had previously worked Radical 2. Interesting. News of the new studio from the people who brought us games like Prototype, Scarface, The World Is Yours, and The Simpsons Hit and Run has clearly excited fans, with many now crossing their fingers that the new outfit can be set on bringing dormant IPs back to life. I literally just talked about this in a thread about what dev studios would like to revive if we were rich a couple days ago. Holy shit. They don't own the IP though. It's still under Activision. So like, if we were to get a Prototype, it would be like a spiritual successor. Like we would see the gameplay and be like, oh, I see the DNA. But like it wouldn't be called Prototype. A few months ago, rumors started going around about a Prototype remaster. Today, Radical Games has seemingly relaunched, and their website prominently displays their older titles, including Prototype and Simpsons Hit and Run teased another. But that's just showing their resume. Last year, IGN reported that fans thought they uncovered proof that the 2009 action game Prototype could be getting a new lease on life. While the game has mostly remained dormant on the Steam since its release 16 years ago, eagle-eyed fans spotted a flurry of updates behind the scenes via SteamDB, as well as a revealing data mine effort that has discovered a mysterious change to the game's credits that adds a remaster studio. Iron Galaxy and Cure, or maybe they do own the IP. I don't know the legal situation here. A Hit and Run remake? That would be under Activision too, in theory. Also with Hit and Run, that's a licensing issue too, right? So it's a Hit and Run's even... You're more likely to get a Prototype before Simpsons Hit and Run, because Simpsons Hit and Run is an IP issue and it's a licensing issue, because I guarantee you this studio does not have the licensing rights to use Simpsons characters, so that you got to get 2 cosigns for that. I still play Watch Dogs 2 today. The intention of multiplayer was great. Watch Dogs 2 is hella underrated. It is an Activision? Who owns it then? Dun, 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 dun. Publisher, Vivendi Games, Fox, and Vivendi Game. There's 3 publishers? Who the fuck owns this? You sure? Vivendi Games is Activision. Yeah, that was their original name. It is Xbox. Xbox got fucking Hit and Run, the IP. It's owned by Vivendi Games, which turned into Blizzard, because that was their original name. So it's under Xbox. Unless I'm bugging, or this info is not up to date. I don't know where they would go with Prototype. Honestly. So, and this is why I say Call of Duty needs to take a break. For some games, it's not even about really innovating a lot. It's just about taking a break. You got to give time for, you got to allow people to miss you. It's been so long since the last Prototype came out. If they just added a couple new features, better graphics, and a new story, it would still sell. Prototype fans are going to pick it up. Now, if they put out a sequel a year or 2 later, would it be the same? No. But a perfect example is college football. People said I was hating. Once again, I was right about this too. People said I was hating when College Football 25 came out. And I said, this is cool, but the real test is for when College Football 26 comes out. We're going to see if they can innovate or not. We're going to really find out how much motherfuckers love that franchise. 26 came out, people was calling that shit ass. Do you see anybody talking about College Football 26? You got to give time for people to miss you. That's exactly what Charlamagne said about Drake, allow people to miss you. Yeah, Drake made that mistake too. After he got his ass beat by Kendrick, he should have disappeared for at least a year. I'm going to be honest too. He should have disappeared for at least a year and then started out of nowhere, just started teasing Iceman. It would have got people excited. Like, this nigga took an L, but he's been gone. I'm excited. This nigga's been in our face ever since, and he's just fucking annoying now. Like Call of Duty, fucking annoying. Just always here. Black Ops 7, you just did 6. God damn, bro. So I think they don't have to do anything crazy. I would want them to. Don't get it twisted. I always want the best game possible. But you gotta understand, sometimes if you're in the right place at the right time, that's all that matters. He should have left like 2 years for real. Go travel the world. Go do things. Then you come back, you can make some music based off those new experiences. But I said the same thing about Drake. Just go cool down a little bit. Yeah, time forgives all, bro. Because the reality is that Drake only took an L. Like nothing Kendrick said was proven in the court of law. it's all hearsay, Kendrick fans. Shit was funny, unless some new evidence comes out. But right now, at this point in time, in 2026, February 2025, it's all hearsay. So if he would have just disappeared, he would have been fine.